Hey guys, so at this point we're going to go ahead and show you how third-party consultants can log into the app and create an application record. Once we've done that, we'll have Spencer show us how to log in, approve that record, and then go out and spray it to actually, show that you've applied it. So the consultants will actually use the same login page that you do, and they'll log in. You'll set them up with a username and password. Once they log in, they can only see their customers or the information that's associated with them as a consultant. The system flags any jobs that are created or applications that are created as they were created by a consultant. Here's one that we've already created, but for now we're just going to go ahead and just show you a real quick job creation here. So our consultant's going to choose the only customer that they have in here, which they have the ability to create new customers as well, which automatically associates them with that customer as a consultant. So that way, if they have a customer that you've never met before or that is not, in the system, they can add that and it just automatically puts that customer as their consultant. So we're just going to have a real quick burn down here. We're going to skip the tutorial. We're going to create an application here. We're going to do this burn down. We've got a field. We're not really going to give it a whole lot of details. Say weeds here. Crop is fallow. We're just going to leave the carriers alone here. Forgive me if I don't get the rates very well. I'm more of a developer than I am an applicator, but we'll just go with this. Here we've got a dry AMS, and we're going to do that at 17 pounds an acre. I'm going to add another chemical here. This is going to be Roundup, which you'll notice as I'm doing this that I'm actually using a desktop computer. The application is all based through a web browser, and so it will work with both mobile devices and computers, or basically anything that you could get on and browse the internet with. It should work. We're going to go ahead and adjust this application rate here just to watch the calculator work a little bit. In the last video, we kind of had pointed out that as you add products, the total carrier gallons go down inside of the calculator. So, you might have some reasons that you need to adjust the rate afterwards. It helps to calculate all of those values on the fly. So now that we've got our application created in here, it says that it's pending approval from the consultant view. It actually tells who the consultant is. In this case, we just have a generic consultant account, but this would be the name of their user account would show up in here. From this point, I'm going to hand it back over here to Spencer on his mobile device, and he should be able to see this application record that was created in here and the job, and then he can approve it or deny it, and then go out and spray it if that's appropriate.
All right, so we're back here at our dashboard, and as you can see, there's nothing that has changed here. So we're going to pull down to refresh it, and now we have a new pending application. And it says right there at the top, applications needing approval. The little hourglass signifies to you that needs your attention. So you'll click on the reference ID number, which is application number 138. That takes you to the application record that the consultant or the third party, whoever put in. Now we're looking at it here. The customer's John Dozer. We're going to do a burn down job for him on field 3, 50 acres. Okay, we see what we need. Now we're down here to the bottom. Everything looks all right. This is your chance as an applicator. As applicators, have the bulk of the liability being the end user, to make sure that everything that was entered in here is correct. I've sent a few back that were off label, and it was just from punching in a number wrong, but this helps avoid that kind of a problem where an applicator just puts on whatever it says here. This gives you the chance to approve it. So this one, everything looks good. We're going to go ahead and approve this application, which now gives us our start button. So we're on the same application, same customer, everything is the same. We're going to go out to the field now, and when we get to the field, we press the Start Application button. As soon as we press that application button, the Start button, this screen pops up. You're able to select who's doing the application. There'll be a list of applicators from your company in there that's pre-populated, which machine you're using for sure, so that in case you want those even load splits, this will figure it from here on now. This is going to go ahead and also flag the weather at the point where that pin was dropped on the Google Maps. Keep in mind, this isn't always perfect because we're bouncing off of weather stations in the area, not exactly at that very location. So this one says the wind speed's 10 miles an hour. We might get there and find that it's more like 6 miles an hour. So it is editable, and that way you can make it fit the exact circumstances that are there. We discourage you from changing that to fit your needs, so you can go ahead and spray, because this record needs to be as accurate as it can to protect you going forward in case there's ever a need to come back and look at conditions or whatever happened at the time of application. Once we're to this point,
just one tidbit here on this screen, the applicator selection is actually restricted based on the permissions that you have. The demo account that we're using is a global admin, but we actually have different levels of users, and you can have just your applicators. They can just be an applicator and not be an admin of the app. And then when they come in here, the box is pre-filled with their username, just showing that they're going to be the ones that are applying it. And that gives your admins the ability to say, hey, we're going to start this job over here, but for some reason, maybe we're training the new guy and we don't have him quite set up in the app yet. But they can go ahead and start the application timer, for that application record for a different applicator than themselves. The machine used field is also coming from when the application was created. In this case, we're doing one that was from a third party or a consultant, and they don't really know that much about your machine, so they didn't have the option to choose a machine. But when you originally created it, you could have selected a machine. It gives you the option in here to change that just in case, the day that you went out to actually go apply that, the machine is broken or something. You got a chance to update that and adjust.
Exactly. And the cool thing about the Start Stop button here is that it flags the time and the date when the application started. And as soon as you're done, we'll go ahead and update here. Now it says that we've started the application. Now that button changes to a stop button. And so you're able, when you're done, to hit the stop button and it'll flag the exact time that you finish. So this can help with monitoring productivity, showing you how efficient you are. You might look at this job and say, well, this was a 50-acre job and my guy was there for 3 hours. What in the world happened? And so it helps you monitor some of that as well. This is just one even load. We're at the field. We load this material. If you click on the one even load, it tells us we need to load 600 gallons in order to be on our target rate. And we load this material to the spray tank first, top off to 600 gallons of carrier. In this case, it's water, and head out to the field. So we get the job done. We are pulling back up on the trailer or headed back to the shop, however you work it. We go back to the stop application button, and now it gives us an opportunity to record whether we've cleaned the machine, how to wash out for another sensitive crop on the schedule next, or if we've sterilized or disinfected in order to run in a seed lot or something like that. Now there's proof or a record of it in the system that you did do that clean out. And as you can see, it flags the time. There's a spot here for completion notes for the applicator to add something that happened. Maybe if this job did take 3 hours and it should have taken an hour, he could put in there, I got stuck in the field, and that will help just keep everything straight and have a clean record moving forward in case you ever need to come back and look at it. Once you're done with your notes here, you can just push update. The application has now stopped. And when it is stopped, it moves from our pending application or pending job screen. As you can see, it's no longer here, the John Dozer job. And it has moved to our invoicing section. So you click on the menu at the top right-hand corner, select invoicing.
Sorry, Spence, I took over here. the invoicing here, we can see this job showed up here for John Dozer. I got a little excited and took control there from Spencer, but the invoicing part is actually something that I'm pretty excited about. You know, it's tailored at the moment specifically kind of for Spencer's workflow, but there's a lot of places that we can you know, kind of use this to make sure that it fits your workflow. Currently, it's designed with simplicity in mind. It is you know, just supposed to be able to record that invoice number that you're probably creating inside of QuickBooks or some other you know, accounting software. Your accountant can come here. They can look at the record. If you provided the chemicals, then it shows you know, the values of the chemicals. If the customer provided the chemicals, it makes you click on this little button down here to show you know, that these chemicals were not provided by you, and that they shouldn't really be billed because the customer provided those chemicals. So you know, they don't really owe you anything for them. So they highlight in red. Your accountant can look through this. They can see all of the values that you've put in through the system over time in order to get you know, to get the application done. And then you know, if they have any questions or whatnot, they can put them in the notes. If their questions are actually stopping them from doing their job, they can check this little box that says that they need somebody to review this, you know, for accounting reasons. And then it doesn't actually flag the invoice, you know, as complete, or the application as completed with uh, brain fart. doesn't doesn't actually flag. No, it doesn't actually
Doesn't allow.
flag the application as completed, and you know, take it out of the invoicing list or whatever. Instead, it puts a little notification by it. That's mostly to make it so that way your accountant and your applicators, your administrative staff can all communicate. And you know, the accountant might have some sort of question about you know, why something went wrong on the job, or went just a little bit different than what was normal there. But assuming that that's not the case, you know, they can just put in their invoice number, and they can save it, and then the object or the application no longer shows up inside of their list. They do have the ability to come back and you know, search through applications that were already completed. The search is all real time, you know, so if we're looking for you know, something with Billy Bob in here, we can, you know, filter by customer or whatever we need to find that information. Let's see, what do we have left? We got maps.
Oh yeah, probably not. Sorry, I was just on a roll there. I should have paused, but